3, 2, 1.
Guys, welcome. Episode number 15 of the Anna Coyote Football Stats Show. I am one of your hosts, Phil Morgan.
I'm the other one, Blake Rundy, and look, we've got a lot of fun stuff to talk about, but
sir.
let's get some housekeeping, some business out of the way.
Do it real quick. Let's get it.
Here's what I need you guys to do right now, immediately in the first minute of this video. I need you to like
it, because liking things is fun.
Yeah, it is. Comment,
because you know you got something to say, baby.
Everybody does. Subscribe.
Subscribe. That way you know what you know when it's able to be known.
Exactly. Share,
because sharing is caring.
And we can all have fun.
That's right. Let's do it.
And I need you to...
Oh, boy.
Ding!
There it is.
There it is.
Yep.
Need you to turn on notifications so that you can be the first to know.
That's right.
So that you can share with all your other friends so they can also know.
Everybody wants to be first.
Everybody wants to be first, and our Coyotes are marching towards that
They are
goal.
on their way, baby. What a game, man.
Did you like that segue right
I did
there?
like that. That was pretty smooth how you did that.
Yeah, there we go, and
Hey,
I ruined it by calling it out.
Listen, man.
That was a game.
They punched their ticket to the state championship, and they did it in pretty good, decisive fashion.
38-13 is the score in my mind. I know it's 38-27.
Yeah.
38-13. Decatur gets a couple of garbage time TDs. I mean, that's really what it was, and it
A
makes
lot
the
to learn
scores a little
from.
Closer, but
Yeah, something to learn from.
Yeah.
When you're number two, you're coming off the bench and you're ready to jump in.
Sure.
You got to be ready to jump in. You know.
Well,
It's
and
tough.
it was mid-drive. You saw some things,
Yeah.
some chicanery.
Little bit of
Is that our word of
trickery,
the week?
trickeration.
Trickeration, a little
Chicanery.
little
Chicanery is definitely the big word alert.
Not charcuterie, but chicanery going on.
Charcuterie. Hey, now you're talking my language.
Now, yes, sir.
I'm hungry.
You know, so we bring in our twos, but here's the reality: is the reason we were able to bring in our twos is because we took care of business.
Yeah, they did.
We were not working overtime.
And you got here we go again. You got to get them in. You got to get that experience. You got to give them those moments under that pressure so they can feel it, they can remember it, they know what it's like. Because this team, this coaching staff, they know they're coming back. They know they're going to get more opportunities for this stuff. So preparing these kids for big moments like that is really important. And I got nothing but love, man. It was fun. It was an incredible day. A good crowd.
Really good crowd. It was so we got to be down on the sidelines getting some video.
Yeah.
Powers that be decided it was fit to give us media credentials.
Hey, listen, y'all are in trouble when you keep giving us credentials. Like we Now listen, I will say
more to come.
No, we'll just go ahead. Let's do it right now. They might have learned their lesson because we only got one credential for the big game. Wah, wah.
You know?
So it is what it is.
That's one more than we honestly thought we would ever get.
Should we make them all comment? It is true. By the way, we did not think we would even get sniffed at when it came.
For media, we're for sure get turned down.
So maybe you should comment who you think should go. We've already decided who's going, and it's going to be this guy. But we'd love to hear your input, too.
I mean, we'll both be at the game.
Make a comment. Yeah, I'll be at the game. Heck,
you'll have your vuvuzela.
I'll be able to, be loud, and I'll probably lose my voice.
That means I'm preaching on Sunday.
That means you got it. It's on you.
But hey, all that to say, we were on the sideline. It was a lot
fun.
of fun to be down there, getting some film, being close to the action. Like that was, we both looked at each other and we're like, that was cool. It's fun to be up in the crowd, but it was a different element to us getting to experience that football game, was to be close to and be able to hear the shoulder pads hitting.
Yeah.
And
we got a little bit different video, as a result of it. So
we got some cool clips.
We got some cool clips to show on the show today. So you'll see some of those rolling through. We won't do all of them, but we've picked the kind of cherry picked some of the best, and there were a lot of good ones to choose from.
Yeah, there were.
Proud of our crowd. The stadium was fun.
You guys showed up.
Although when you're going to spend that much money, hey Anna, let's learn our lesson. Let's not have 5 foot wide sidelines.
Add another 5 yards to those sidelines, and that stadium was perfect. I loved the idea of not having the track there so that the fans were closer to the field. That was cool.
That was sick.
That made it feel like really tight and really intimate and cool. Maybe another 3 to 5 yards.
Yeah,
I know people were like, oh, they meant to do 5 feet. 3 to 5 yards would be a little bit better, but what a cool environment. And like, I can't wait for the day when we have a stadium in our place and we're playing playoff games and hosting playoff games. And I mean, that's going to be cool.
Our schools are moving up to a new level, man. And
yeah, they are.
We got to have the facilities to match, and I really hope that comes about so that we can watch some good football in a great facility.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think they've listened to us rant on about random things enough.
Let's talk about good football.
Talk about good football.
You want to do it?
Let's get into our offense. Let's go.
Well, I get to start with number 8, Zyondre Williams.
Yes,
hey, we
sir.
know how to say your name, buddy. We got you. What a good game. I mean, listen, this was probably I can't understand the pressure completely, right? I mean, we're not in it. We've not battled all year, and I think a lot of fans we have a tendency to forget that. But Zy, you showed up.
Yeah.
You kept your head down. You knew what was in front of you, and you just executed. I mean, listen, you're going to end up with 2 stickers today, and it's because of the things that you did on the field, the really good things. You were 16 for 30, 209 yards.
Sure.
You got 2 touchdowns in the air.
Yeah, he did.
By the way, the touchdown to Steens, I literally, in fact, I'll show it right here. I had just moved over to the center of the behind the end zone, and I thought maybe I'll get a good shot, going out to the flat or something like that, and I can get a great angle on it. No, he threw it right to where my camera was.
It was a dot.
It was, dude,
it was a
and
dot.
the traffic.
It was a dot.
I think what's really cool about that video, it gives the average viewer the opportunity to see just how busy things can get and how fast things are moving. And the way he anticipated where Steens was going to be on that catch. So really cool. And listen, so 2 touchdowns, great day.
That was passing.
That was all passing, and it was a good day. You protected the ball. You didn't make any mistakes with the ball, which is huge, and that'll come into play later. But you also used your dual ability, like that dual threat mode, 10 for 60 on the ground with another touchdown.
Come on now.
I know.
Little hop, skip, and a jump into the end zone for that touchdown, because that put us at 38.
Little hop, skip, and get me in there. And he did, and it was fun, man. Zy, listen, you had a good game, and I know you've had people been talking to you about that the whole time since the game, and we are super proud of you. 2 stickers are on the old helmet back here, and just since we're talking about the helmet, we got 1 space left. One right here.
Enough to write something in there.
Enough to write something kind of big right in there.
Stickers will have to be dispersed, but something to write in there.
Yep.
Hey, listen, like we've played and poked fun at how people have mispronounced this kid's name all playoffs.
Yeah.
And it really has. You listen to other broadcasts and it's been mispronounced. Like it's all, we've kind of been poking fun at that and playing bits along with it. But the thing that's cool is people now recognize that he is a star that has appeared before them. Yeah,
he keeps working hard, right? Keeps following the guidance, the leadership that he's been shown through the coaches and the staff, and all the stuff he's doing off the field. He's gonna turn into a legitimate superstar.
Yes,
without a doubt. He's a good player. For I'm not knocking that at all, but I just think it's like there's always meat left on the bone.
Yeah,
right. And so we couldn't be more proud of him.
So proud, right? and people know your name, Dave. Yep. Dave Campbell's. Shout out Dave Campbell's. Like they're a big organization for high school football in the state of Texas.
See, they deserve credentials.
They got credentials. They have a lot of credentials. Right? They could probably spare us one extra credential.
Hey, how about hitting your boys up?
Dave Campbell Texas football. Can we get one extra one? Can we get a name on the list? No, but like they had a preview of the 4A state title game. I think it was Tepper came out with a preview and I mean it was just
4-3.
So much praise for
on their staff.
Yeah, their pick was 4-3 on the staff, but so much praise for Zy. Yeah. Right. And so like I say, it's we've been playing that bit, but the reality is that people now know who Zy is, and it's for that very reason. But look, we've got another gem, another star that has emerged in the playoffs on our team. And that is Mr. Number 1, Edward Chumley. Whew. Hey, listen. Mr. Chumley, I want you to listen closely to this. You outgained the entire rushing attack of Decatur by yourself more than twice over.
Yeah. Two times.
It was
2.5 times. 2.5 times. You rushed more. You had to multiply the score of the other team 2.5 to get what you rushed.
So Dallas Morning News had them rushing for 49 total yards as a team. Once you include some of the negative rushes, things like that in there. Edward Chumley put up 135 yards on his own.
Yeah, but I'm still disappointed.
I mean, he took 25 carries for 135 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like the percentages, that's 1 in every 12.5 carries is a touchdown. What has happened, Edward Chumley?
I mean, what is going on?
Why are we not producing more?
That efficiency rating is just abysmal.
It's abysmal. It's not even 10% conversion rate to a touchdown.
We better stop. We're starting to sound like we're being serious.
Hey,
not at all, man.
No. And we mess with Chumley in
pretty
person
regularly
about this. He was 25 for 135, 2 touchdowns, a 5.4 yard per carry average. So the 2 touchdowns gets him a couple of stickers, 135 yards. And we joked about it, kind of jokingly giving him a workhorse sticker, but he was a workhorse that Friday night. just running everywhere. By the way, he's up to 999 total yards on the season. 17 total touchdowns between rushing and receiving.
Wow.
That is phenomenal.
That's a great year. What was his long one on the game?
He was about 48.
I saw that.
Just short.
He moved right through the line of scrimmage, and it looks like a linebacker may have. I don't know what happened there. It looks like they kind of collapsed in, and he just had the right angle. He punches through the hole and takes off. And I mean, from that point on, he was right down the middle of the field.
Yeah,
just perfect.
We've got video of that, so I think it's good to throw that video up there.
We're probably rolling it right now.
Probably he was booking it.
Yeah.
The linebacker reached out and tried with one arm to grab him, and Chumley, not even a full jump cut, just kind of like, okay, I'll go a half a step inside and I'm to the house.
Off and gone.
And the man was driving in the end zone, and that was one of his 2 touchdowns on the day.
Yeah.
Chumley, you ran so
incredible
hard.
Kid.
I'm like, I am in awe of what you're doing.
I think he's got more, though.
It was fun. He's got at least one more in him.
I think he's got more.
He's got at least one more in him, and I know that from talking to him.
I still think he's got another level. Like, I still think as hard as this kid runs, as physical as he is, I think he's got another level.
Well, what he's going to do coming back for his senior season is going to be incredible, but his junior season's not over.
No.
Another guy's season that's not over.
But listen, Jabari's just straight, like right from the jump, Jabari set the tone. Like, I mean, it didn't take but two seconds. And Jabari was telling people, like, hey, number 4 right here.
He's fast.
He is so fast, man. He's fast. When he finally sets his feet north and south and starts running up the field, you're just never going to catch him. And as evidenced by a 58-yard long play. Like,
sir.
I mean, absolute beast of a play. 58-yard reception. You went 3 for 78 on the day and a touchdown, and you that touchdown set the tone. And that was what, to me, that was the most impressive thing.
Yes.
Right off the bat, you guys came out, and it was just an absolute throat punch to Decatur, and I loved it.
100%.
I was there for in fact, on the sideline, we tried to stay pretty calm. I didn't lose my voice this week. I'm not sure if I like being able to be loud or having a little bit more, calm to me since we're down there filming and stuff like that.
I like both of them. They're both fun.
It's
They're
both
fun in their own aspects. But
man, I turned to this guy at that point, and when you scored, and it was just like, I couldn't help it, man. It was high fives, and it was a great start to the game. And because of that, you're going to get 2 stickers, Jabari, up on the helmet, man. Great showing.
Yeah, and that was huge because, I mean, Decatur ran anybody but Emmers beats us defense.
I mean, clearly all night long.
And we had some guys show up in stud performances.
Yeah. Barry wasn't the only
that beat him.
Barry wasn't
the only one. This man is back.
He is.
Shady's
Last
back.
few weeks we've been talking about him a lot.
Back again.
Here you go again.
Shady's back. Tell a friend. Sean Steen's number 2 showing up. You had 7 catches for 90 yards and 1 tutty. We talked about it with Zai. We had 2 angles to Sean Steen's catch. Going over the middle in traffic. I got the one from almost from the sideline looking back into it. You got the one from the end zone. But Sean Steen showed up in huge ways. Taking bubble screens, taking things for extra yards, fighting for every single bit of yardage he got in that game. And Sean, you showed up huge, a 12.9 yard average per catch. And it was, like we said, it was anybody but Emmers beats us. And guess what? We have plenty of other people that can beat you.
Yeah. I mean, both Jabari and Sean, I'm real curious about the yak, the yards after catch stuff, because they both are taking hits early and fighting for extra yardage.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, Barry took a pretty good amount of contact on the front end of his catch, and then just broke it and was gone. And Steens has been doing that same stuff. It's just so much fun to watch, man.
Yeah,
like
Steens is fun because he'll beat you on all 3 levels of the field. He can beat you coming across underneath and getting extra yards. He can run that intermediate route, and he can take the top off going deep.
Yeah.
And so it's like, which one do you take away? Because you're not going to take all 3 away from Steens. You're not going to take all of it away from Jabari. You're not going to take all of it away from Jacob. You're not going to take all of it away from Chumley. You're not going to take all of it away from Zai.
It's a good balance.
Who you can take it away from?
It's just a good balance. And as we go further into the playoffs, you get better and better teams, and you're going to have 2 teams this week that come together to, and they think they're the best team on the field, and you got to execute to be the best team. You got to be it. So
part of executing is what?
Well, part of executing is you get to the end. There's something we've talked about for week after week after week all season long that winning teams don't cough up the ball, right? They don't give up the ball. They protect the ball. They don't have turnovers, or at least they win the turnover battle.
Sure.
If they do give it up. And this game was immaculate. Right?
I like it. Immaculate.
It was immaculate. You protected the ball.
Yeah.
Right? So you get to protect the rock sticker up on the helmet. That's anytime we don't give up a turnover at all. So you guys gave over no turnovers, which means you
also gained the edge. Because then we caused 2 turnovers, 1 fumble, 1 interception. We caused 2 turnovers. We gained that edge, and it allowed us to have a couple extra possessions that Decatur did not get in the ball game, and it allowed us to start in plus territory. And so it's a big deal. Championship football means you have to protect the rock and you have to gain the edge. Those are key.
Absolutely.
If you do that, you put yourself in a really good spot to win. And the reason everybody harps on it is because it's shown out over time to be true.
Yep.
It's shown up with our team over time to be true. The games where we protect the rock and then we gain the edge, it's a lot easier ball game when we do that. And we did just that on Friday night. And so, guys, you showed up and you executed.
Yeah, I mean those
really well.
And those moments, they're demoralizing for a defense because the defenses are looking for rest. They're looking to rejuvenate, to come back out, and then they got to go back out early. It gets them off script, and now they're playing extra downs. And listen, there were a lot of times over these last few weeks I've watched these opposing defenses, and you got hands on hips. Guys kind of leaning over, and that's good. Like that's the sign. That's a good sign. The sign that we want to see every single game. So protect the rock, gain the edge. They go on the board for overall a really great offensive performance. You can't 100%. Knock it. 38-27, and it was a clear lead going into the last half of that fourth quarter.
And let's break it down a little bit more. I mean, 14-10 at halftime. We went on a 24-3 run before they scored twice in the last minute 10. 24-3 run, and that's because we played clean football.
Yep.
And our offense wasn't the only ones that were part of that.
No.
Our defense showed up. So hey, let's hear from our sponsors, and then let's get into defense.
Let's go. All right, man. We're starting with the human missile.
Yes, sir.
Right? He is a crisis of massive proportions. Every time he's on the field, he is going to mess with you in every way. Psychologically, physically, he's going to mess with you.
Yeah, he is.
Grant is an absolute menace to teams, and it's so much fun to watch. Number 3, Grant Cerveny, you are on the board. You get 2 stickers for this game, 8 tackles, tackle for loss, and a pretty vicious, awesome, sick, disgusting, amazing, whatever sack, bro. Like
little quarterback snack.
A little quarterback snack.
I mean, he came off the right edge. It wasn't it was almost a semi-delayed blitz. They hid the blitz really well, and he comes off the edge, and I mean the quarterback saw him too late, and it was over.
Yeah.
It was over. Once you let Grant get in the vicinity, it's over. And Grant continues to show up big.
Yeah.
We talked about it last week. He never shows up, it feels like, with the same stat line, doing the same things. There's always something different every single week from week to week that's getting him a sticker.
And almost we never go a game. It's almost never that we go a game where we're not mentioning him. It's just because he's that kind of player.
Yes.
He's always active. He's always looking for opportunity, right? There's never a moment where it's a down moment.
No.
It's always on, right? You're always performing. When you're on the field, you are always looking and hunting for that next opportunity. And he's just got that mentality.
Mm-hmm.
He is hunting for opportunity, and he seized it. There's 8 tackles, tackle for loss, and a sack, man. 2 stickers on the board for Grant Cerveny, the missile.
Another guy joining him is the man.
The myth.
The legend.
Yes, sir.
Number 7, Grayson Stewart. Hey, you're going to walk away from this game with 2 stickers. Listen, you had 12 tackles. That tied you for the lead on the team.
Yes, sir.
You had a tackle for a loss. And in general, like, Grayson continues to be all over the field.
Uh-huh.
He's our do-everything general. There's a reason he stands in the middle of the defense. There's a reason he's involved in everything. And your play to this point, Grayson, has brought you to number 30 in the state of Texas with 158 tackles on the season.
Man, that's great. And I think that's a big reason why the guy gets an offer this week.
Yes.
An official offer.
By the way, congratulations. Awesome. You are so deserving of that. And
without a doubt.
There's more coming.
Yeah, without a doubt. That's amazing to hear. And, I know, man, your head is swimming. You've got a lot on your plate. And, but every single week we're talking about him.
Yes.
Every week we're talking about this kid. Every week, and it's just that drive. He has a relentless pursuit of excellence. It's just embedded into the character of the kid. He is a relentless pursuer of excellence, and it's showing on the field.
100%. Couldn't be more proud. Couldn't think of one of the better. And it's funny to say, like, he's one of our leaders of our defense. I mean, he is. But what's also funny is the fact that we have 11 seniors.
I know.
That are all leaders of our defense, and I think that's what together makes them the death squad.
Yeah,
and it's not always just the names we talk about all the time or every week, but it's also you've got a trio of names you're about to shout out, and these 3 guys play into that.
Everybody comes to play, and everybody's got to do their part. It doesn't matter how small or large it is, you have to do your part. So whether you're coming off the bench or you're a starter, like you have responsibility, and if you pass, or if you get lazy, or you shirk your responsibility and you try to think somebody else is going to do it, it's going to affect your team. And so these
100%.
guys, one, we're getting a shot at a guy we hadn't shouted out all year in this section.
Yes.
So that's fun.
That's cool.
Right? We're talking about a guy who has been a lockdown corner for us.
Strapped.
Yep. Got it. And then a dude that another 2-sport athlete who is showing up all over the field for our team. Right? So you've got Jaden Mason Davis, who number 5 gets a sticker for he had 2 tackles, but he gets a sticker for a pass breakup.
Yes, sir.
Kalen Brown right behind him.
Caleb.
He had 3 tackles and a pass breakup.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tyrone Crockett, number 18, gets in there and gets a pass breakup.
18's on the
You're
board
on the helmet, man.
In the state semis. What a way to get on the board for the first time in the season. That's so cool, man.
Perfect time to get on. But all 3 of them, add up to 3 pass breakups. Those are opportunities where the other team, were thinking they were going to get some yards. Whether it was 5 or 6 yards or whether it was 12 or 14, you guys kept that from happening in one way or another during that game. And that's one of the reasons we are sitting where we are looking at a state finals game. So great job, guys. All 3 of you. Number 5, number 32, number 18 on the board.
On the board. Hey, I get to shout out number 15, Jamison Adams. He continues to show up. He had almost an identical stat line to last week, which is so funny, but it's slightly different. 10 tackles.
Consistent.
10 tackles, 3rd on the team. That gets you a sticker, and then you also had an interception, and in a big moment, really. Like that was that first or second quarter that the interception happened in?
I think that was in the second
quarter, but it was
on the opposite side of the field.
Yes, it was Decatur sideline, and steps in and gets the interception, and Jamison Adams just continues to ball out. And I'll tell you this: he and I had a fun conversation after the game, but I'll just tell you this: Jamison Adams is not going to get punked by anybody. Like it's so funny. He was like, "Yeah, that kid was talking mess all game," and he comes in and delivers the wood and just hits so hard.
Jameis is the same way on the baseball field as he is in a football field. Like you just, and I think it's catcher mentality. I don't know. I mean, I see so many catchers who are one, they know how to play the game.
Like, got to get down and dirty.
Right? Yeah. They know how to play. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They know how to play the game. They know how to get in people's heads. They know, and to do that, you've got to perform. And so whether he's, hitting bombs on the baseball field or talking trash behind the dish as hitters are coming
Jameson.
up. I know you never do that, Jameson, right? You're such a nice guy behind the dish. You would never do that. He knows how to play the game on all levels. And you could just see it on the football field as it's happening.
Yeah.
I'm smiling, and you can probably hear my smile in my voice because it's so much fun to watch as it's going down. So, I mean, what a great game.
Well, and real quick, a little extra stat for you. Jamison Adams is just under 100 tackles for the season. He's in that. I think he's in the 88 to 94 range. He's somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So like to have one of our safeties be that high in tackles tells you something about the character of this man and his drive to get downhill and get to the ball carrier.
We're gonna have 3 guys over 100 tackles for sure.
We already do.
4. We'll have 4.
We'll probably have 4.
4, yeah. 4 guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's pretty cool. Well,
Yeah.
Jameson, you're on the helmet, man. And I'm going to transition into talking about number 23, Nathan Nickerson.
1,000-watt.
Man, what a dude. Like, what a dude. 6 tackles, tackle for loss, shows up. You know, we talk about the space you occupy when you're playing. It's
Yes.
undeniable that people have to deal with you. And
Oh, my goodness, and do they have to deal with him?
you have to put extra bodies on him. And, Nathan, that's the thing that I love about your game. And you really approach it from such a good, sound place mentally. And you just go about your work. And that's a lineman's job. I mean, just no matter what side you're playing on, you're working every single down, and it's work.
You're going to hit and get hit every single play as a lineman, and it's really cool. He's one of those guys that when he steps across that white line onto the green of the field, something flips because he goes from one of the nicest, biggest, like smiling guys to. He is focused and he is locked in and he has a mean streak that is good that you need to be great at football, right? You need it. And that's not like a knock, but he turns that flips that switch and it's so fun to watch.
Yeah, good things are coming
fun.
for this kid, for sure. I mean, I don't know exactly how it's all going to shape up or where it's going to be, but I know good things are coming for this kid.
Oh yeah.
Good things are coming for him. And he's on the board with 2 stickers, right? We got him 2. No, we got you 1.
1 sticker.
1 sticker, my man. So your tackle for loss gets you up on the board. You get 1 sticker, and we couldn't be more proud.
1 sticker. Hey,
Talk about mean.
Talk about mean. I get
Let's
to
talk about mean.
I get to talk about him.
Mean.
Quadzilla.
Quadzilla.
Cash Money Williams.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Cash, you continue to ball out. You like as a sophomore stepping into these moments, you can see he's not scared. He's another one of our sophomores on our team that's not scared, that will carry the tradition and the mantle forward that has been developed on this team. But Cash, you showed up. You had 2 tackles. You're going to get 2 stickers. 2 tackles. You had 1 tackle for loss. You had a sack.
Oof. And that sack.
It was nasty. It was nasty.
He was so hungry for that.
You came on a rush up the middle, and you kind of shucked. I think it was their left guard, because I think he was on the right side of our formation. So their left guard kind of just shucked him and looked and was like, "Oh, the quarterback's still here? Well, that's a mistake by him.
Yeah.
Let me go just annihilate him." And he delivers a blow and gets up, and he and BJ just look at each other and are just so hyped in that moment. It was so much fun to see and to go back and watch that play. I've watched it at least 5 times.
Oh, yeah.
Because it brings me so much joy to see that happen. But Cash Williams, you're on the board. 2 stickers, number 25, continues to ball out.
Just killing it. And listen, I mean, you've got some guys that have set that tone. They're making sure that the guys that are going to be here after them are going to hold that standard, and CJ's one of those guys, right? Number 35. CJ Miller, like he is setting the tone for the underclassmen to go do their job.
Some might just say that he's the dude on the team.
I mean, they might say that. We say that every week, but
because
I don't know.
Because Salina made the mistake of saying that,
yeah,
and of course he's showing up. So we got to run with it.
We're running with it all season long, and our season is lasting very long.
A lot longer than.
We don't have to say
Never
it.
mind.
I mean, it is what it
a
is.
A lot longer so far than all but one other school in all of 4A. Let's just put it that way.
That's it. That's all we got to say.
Come at
12
us.
tackles, CJ. 12 tied you for the lead on our team.
Yes, sir.
But here's the thing that did. That changed some rankings.
It did.
For CJ. It changed some rankings. So now he's number 6 in the state of Texas.
Come on.
And 42nd in the nation.
Come on, CJ.
And a game to play.
Game to play.
A game to play. Bro, 182 total tackles on the year, and you are among some pretty rarefied air, brother. And that's just because of the work ethic. It's because of the hustle, the drive, it's the push, it's that will to win. All of it kind of comes to bear in the moment of the game. So 12 tackles, tackle for loss, sack, a fumble recovery. I mean, what did he not do in this game?
I don't know. Punt.
He did not punt. I think Jameson took care of that.
Jameson, and he only punted one time. Hey, listen, blood, sweat, and tears. C.J. Miller gets it done. And I'm not talking about C.J.'s own tears. I'm talking about the tears of the other players that get hit by C.J. Because of the blows that he delivers. And he was, listen, I don't want to spoil it. But he was part of the reason why we came up with this team sticker we came up with. So I don't want to spoil it, but CJ plays a big part in that. Another guy, and he's our other triple-digit tackler so far this season.
CJ, you got 4 stickers.
4 of them.
On the
yes,
board.
sir. Is number 42, Abram Greer. I believe he's up to 110 on the season is what I looked at. Listen, Abram, you had 8 tackles in this game. You had a hurry, which we don't give a sticker out for. Maybe next year we'll look at adding that to the sticker column. By the way, Alex Martinez, number 99, was the other guy that got a hurry. He had a couple tackles. But Abram Greer had 8 tackles. He had a hurry. His 2 stickers are because he had a pass breakup and he forced a fumble, the one that CJ recovered, I believe it was on that play. CJ's was on the kickoff. Abram Greer forced a fumble and they were able to recover it, but still, you forced a fumble, so you're going to get 2 stickers. By the way, I mentioned the 110 on the season, and let me just circle back around again. Number 99, Alex Martinez. You had 2 tackles, and you had a hurry. Alex continues to put together performances as well that are important from our nose tackle position. And that's another dude who has found a new level of mean, a new level of nasty.
The last half of the season has just been an incredible stretch of games for this kid. I don't know what happened. If it was just kind of getting his feet under him. I don't know if he started with an injury. I never really heard of an injury. So I think maybe just something kind of like something, the switch got flipped and he saw what was in front of him. And I think he's a big part of where we are today. Hey, his level, raising his game like he did, it's just a big reason why we are.
He's gotten nasty, and I love me some nasty. To quote the great Greg Popovich, I love me some nasty.
Now you know his allegiances. That's very clear now.
Go Spurs, go.
Okay, I'm better now. Listen, but before we get lost, I want to make sure to say that Abram Greer he's one of that core group.
Yes,
he's one of those 4 guys that really push and drive and just such a really high quality, high character dude.
Yes,
and I'm so thankful to have met him. And I think I feel like that about a lot of these guys on this team.
Yes.
And we're just some 2 random bald dudes who just believe in what you guys are doing and want to encourage you, and we want to make sure you see that the community is seeing what you're doing, and we want to elevate the community's awareness of the difficulty of the things that you're doing, and yet in the process we're meeting some really great human beings along the way. And I mean this whole list, there's not a guy on this list that I wouldn't look at and be like, quality dude.
Yep.
Quality dude. And Abram, you're right at the top, man. You are right at the top. And just keep doing what you're doing. Can't wait to watch you at the next level. We know that's coming for you and so many of these guys, but you're a solid dude. So you want to talk about kind of how all this comes together?
So we had mentioned it.
It's a special sticker.
We're calling it Trench Warfare.
Trench Warfare, baby. I love it. I love the sound of it. I love the images that come about because of it.
Oh, yeah.
I love this sticker.
It's a strong sticker.
It's a strong sticker for a strong team.
For a strong performance, a strong team, a death squad that, frankly, I did a deep dive into an individual's Twitter account this week. And it was brought on because I saw a post from Clark Miller. Right? Shout out Clark Miller. I didn't realize how much people doubted our defense. And that was a mistake.
That was a mistake.
I mean, Nate Palmer's a good running back.
Yeah, good. Give
very
the kid
good
credit.
TCU commit.
Dude, listen.
Dude is very good.
You have to tip your hat. We're at a place in the playoffs. We're going to play against quality players. Right? There's no reason you can't look across the line and tip your hat to a dude who has excelled as well.
But I'm just going to say it. He was 13 for 29. Oof. 13 for 29.
He could not get going.
Their team had 25 rushing attempts for 49 rushing yards, according to Dallas Morning News, which gave them an average of 1.96 yards per rush. So the Trench Warfare sticker is given when we hold a team to less than 2 yards per carry. We've given the wrong way sticker this year, which is when we give up less than 0 yards rushing.
How do we do that? But yet, how do people? You give up. You go into a game with a defense that forced a team into negative yardage for the game on the ground. And people still are going to doubt your defense.
Some professor doubted us.
Well, I don't know what to say.
And listen, to me, this is so impressive because of the player that Nate Palmer is. Right? And this isn't to bash on Nate Palmer to take away from what he did. This is impressive because of who he is.
100%.
He's one of the best running backs in the nation. Point blank, period.
Yeah. You get offers like that from schools of that size, that caliber. Yes, you are. There's no getting around it.
And yet our defense and our front seven and our secondary held them to 1.96 yards per rush. Brother, that is some trench warfare.
That's just
nasty. I think we won that battle.
That's nasty. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we won that battle. I mean, the scoreboard makes it apparent. We won that battle. Great job, guys.
What a stat.
What an incredible game just in general, but that stat is amazing. And yet there's still more to go.
Still one left.
You got one left in the magazine. We got to go and play one more game here.
We do, but before we get into that,
we got to get into some special teams.
Let's do it. Well, hey, I get to talk about him this week. Number 85, Mr. Camden Schlicht. 5 for 5 on PATs, going perfect on there. He was 1 for 2 on field goals, but you're going to get one sticker for the 5 for 5 on PATs.
Yep.
Continuing to show up and finish off our touchdown drives the way that they need to be finished, not giving any momentum back to the other team. I mean, it's just the reality is you feel like missing an extra point shouldn't be such a big momentum swing because after all, you still put 6 on the board. But it is. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that we go down there and we finish a 6 off by turning it into a 7 is a big deal because it's no reprieve. It's no mental energy given to the other sideline, and you didn't give the mental energy on our extra points to the other sideline. You converted all of them.
You miss a PAT, and it's a crack.
Yeah.
And sometimes all the opposing team needs is that one little sliver of hope.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
And when you make your PATs, it closes the door on hope. I mean, it's funny. It sounds funny for a bunch of pastors to talk about closing the door on hope, but
don't do that this Christmas season.
No, don't do that this Christmas.
Unless you're on the football season.
And if you're on the football field at AT&T, you can close the door on hope. Outside of that, oh, man, such fun stuff. Camden, great job. You get a sticker on the helmet, man. Number 85 will be represented there for this game, and we get to roll into a pretty exciting week.
State.
For us as fans, this is absolutely thrilling, right? We live in a different world than the players do, right? And I think that that's clear. And I think that's something we need to understand is we live in a different world than they do.
Yeah.
They have to do a job. By the time they are at this level and they're moving to the next and then beyond that,
sure.
Coaches are already trying to train them about, listen, there are things that you have to go about doing. It's business as usual. Right? You've got to go about business, and you got to keep doing the things that got you to where you are,
sure.
And you can't be distracted by all the noise. The noise is just noise. We can afford noise between us, but with these boys, it's just a game. But they've got to go out and treat it. It's 100 yards from end to end, just like it has always been, right? It's still a football field. Nothing changes, and it still requires
the same old pigskin.
100%.
Yes.
Right? We can't. I know the adage. I gave 110%. No, you didn't. You gave 100%.
Give everything.
You give everything to the game. These guys give everything to this game, and they do it for year round in some ways. Right? Off-season work, the things that they do in preparation, in lifting, and other sports that prepare them for this moment. They're never idle. These guys have been working for years for this. So us understanding as fans how we need to kind of take a step back, right? We don't need to put any extra. Everybody talks about history and all this other stuff. History, great. That's good, but that's not what this is about. This is about these boys playing this game right now in this moment. And whatever results come of it are the results that come of it. But it's for these boys in this moment. And that's it. That's really hard, I think, sometimes to remember.
Yeah, I mean, look, the reality is here's my expectation for this team. And I know that they will meet this, is that they will simply show up and leave everything they have on the field. And they do that, they have a real shot at becoming state champions.
Agreed.
But that's the expectation from these two bald guys. Just know, we're proud of you. We're playing Chapel Hill Friday at 11 a.m.
Hey, good team. They are where they are because they're good.
They're very good. They have a dynamic backfield.
Duo.
Yes. Quarterback, running back. Whew, very good. They're very good. I have nothing negative to say about Chapel Hill.
I know the two of those guys ran for a combined 382 yards or 380 something yards last game.
Sure.
So yeah, they're going to want to come and execute their game plan. They're going to want to come and do what they do, right? And they want this just as bad as our guys do. At least in their mind, that's how much they want it.
Yeah.
But listen, our guys, I believe in them 100%.
Our young men are going to do their part. No doubt about that. We need to show up and do ours.
Yep.
We need to show up and be ready to be loud, be in the stands. Hey, the vuvuzelas, the noisemakers, they're legal. The cowbells, bring them.
Cowboys, vuvuzelas, let's get it. Let's make some noise.
Bring the purple C.
No, what are you talking about? You're not making any noise. You're going to leave all the noise making to me this week. Boo-hoo for me.
Show up.
I'm going to be there, baby. I'm going to be there. You'll hear my horn.
The purple C better be there.
You'll hear me.
Be loud.
Let's go, Coyotes. Come on now.
Show up. Like, there's a difference that the stands can make. There's energy that can be provided to the team. Like, I've been there when as an athlete on the court, on the field, like you can feel that energy when a crowd gets behind you, and it gives you that extra ability, that extra drive to one more play, one more down, one more snap, whatever it is. We have the opportunity to do that, and we have the opportunity to make life hard on Chapel Hill's offense by being loud and showing
some noise.
up.
Listen, I mean, how often does your high school get the chance to compete on this stage?
Not a lot.
Right? We are one high school town right now, and it takes a lot to get to a state final game.
Yes.
It takes a lot. And so, I mean, there are some programs that get to do this on a more regular basis, but for us, I mean, if you've got any flexibility in your schedule, and I'll throw that caveat. If you've got any flexibility at all, I think it's 100% worthwhile taking time off to come out and support these guys.
Yeah.
So if you've got that flexibility, bring some people with you. Let's pack it out, have some fun, right? Let's cheer. Let's lose our voices for a fun cause. These guys deserve that support. So that's my 2 cents, and I know I'm super excited. I can't wait for this game.
Oh, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Hey, maybe the last time before a game, the last time before a game this season.
Oof, that's right.
We end it with Go Coyotes on 3.
All right.
You do the honors.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go
Coyotes.